All right, hello and good morning, Facebook family. We are here with Taryn, one of our animal care keepers here at the Living Coast Discovery Center. And my name is Kelsey. I'm the lead animal care specialist here at the Living Coast Discovery Center. And I can see we've got some viewers tuning in. Hello, guys. How's it going? Hope you guys are staying safe, practicing your social distancing here at home. But we thought today we'd give you guys a kind of really fun behind the scenes look at one of the most important parts of our job actually here at the Living Coast, and that is food prep. So Taryn is starting to prepare some of our food for our aquarium animals today. And I'm going to be assisting her with that, and I am going to be popping in and out to be answering your guys' questions. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to type those in and send those through, and I will do my best to answer those as we go about preparing our food today. So Taryn, what are you working on over there?
Right now I am depenning Sapphire's food, since there are these pens which are in squid.
Very nice. And what's one of the reasons why we have to depen food for Sapphire? Tell us a little bit more about her.
Yeah, so Sapphire, you guys already know, she is a loggerhead sea turtle. She lives in our shark and ray enclosure. And with her, she came to us to Living Coast because she was deemed non-releasable. So she cannot digest hard things like cartilage or bone that she would naturally eat in the wild due to some injuries that she had throughout her life. So with Sapphire, she was struck by a boat propeller when she was in Florida. That's where she is native to. She is not native here to San Diego. And from that, the Turtle Hospital in Marathon, Florida, deemed her non-releasable. And due to that, she cannot digest those hard things like mentioned before, which are bones or cartilage. That's why we do have to depen and debone all of her food.
So if you guys are wondering what exactly does that mean, you're like, what does depenning a squid mean? We've got one of our little friends here. This is, you guys probably better know him as calamari, but he is a squid, and everything that we feed to our animals here is restaurant quality. So it's the stuff that you guys would be buying at a supermarket to feed your family or friends on a weekend or on a holiday or anything like that. And I just did a really bad job of depenning that one. So I'm going to show you guys another one. But squid do have these little pens in them. And if you've ever done a squid dissection, if we have any middle schoolers or high schoolers tuning in with us today, you guys might be familiar with this. It is something that we do here at the Living Coast when we host our school camps. I did another really bad job of depenning that one. They're really hard to depen when it's frozen, but you guys can kind of have a look. That is a little bit of a pen. I think you might be doing a better job over here. Do you have your pens? There we go. So this is what a squid pen looks like. So we basically just remove these from all of our squids before we feed them out to most of the animals here at the Living Coast. It just makes the food easier to digest for a lot of our animals. And since we do have a lot of animals that are not eligible for release back into the wild, we want to make sure that we're feeding them a really nice balanced diet. So we do depen and deshell a lot of our food here for us. So we have some shrimp that's here on the menu as well today, and we will be deshelling those. So taking off the shells for a lot of our smaller species of fish, just to make sure, like I said, they're getting a really nice balanced diet. So that's kind of what I'm working on over here, while Taryn is working on some capelin, deheading and cutting into smaller pieces. The capelin over there for a lot of our smaller species. Oh, we're getting some feedback saying the animal care specialist in the back can't hear you super well. Okay, Taryn.
Okay.
There you go.
Good to know.
Nice. Thanks, Trinity, for that. We'll be a little bit louder. We do have a lot of things going on in here, so we will try to be a little bit louder for you guys. So for those of you tuning in with us, we are here at the Living Coast Discovery Center. We are doing some food preparation for our aquarium animals today, and we do have Taryn, one of our animal care keepers, over here. And like I said, my name is Kelsey, and I am the lead animal care specialist here at Living Coast Discovery Center. I'm going to put some other gloves on, because I did have to take my gloves off to answer that question. Which one would you like?
Anyone.
So we've got our marsh community container. So what we're going to be doing, well, what Taryn's going to be doing is basically, if you guys can see here on this back wall, we've actually got all of the diets that we have for all of our animals here. And it's a kind of delicate balance when we're making our diets. Obviously, we get a lot of recommendations from our veterinarian. Shout out to Dr. Cecil, he's awesome. In terms of what we're going to be feeding our animals, but thankfully we also collaborate with a lot of other institutions. So we have really great partnerships with a lot of institutions that are here locally and throughout California, and that can be really helpful too when we're trying to figure out what is the best things to feed our animals. So like we said before, Taryn's over here chopping some really small pieces of fish. So we showed you guys that we do have some squid. We have some shrimp on the menu. We also have some capelin. Very nice. Let's see if we have overhead on it so you guys can see what it looks like. So that's what a capelin looks like with the head and the tail. Just like we were saying before about depenning our squid and removing the shells from our shrimp, we do remove the head and the spines of some of our fish when the capelin when we're preparing it. And that's just, like I said, to make sure that we're getting a nice balanced diet for all of our animals, making it easier for them to be able to consume their food.
Some more questions.
Trinity says, "Hey Kelsey."
Hi Trinity! Miss you, girl. Hope you're doing well, staying safe. Now we do have a very wide and diverse collection of animals here at the Living Coast Discovery Center in terms of our aquarium collection. Probably since we are doing these live videos pretty much every day around 11 or 12, you guys will probably get to see our food preparation over on our avian side, which is a little bit different obviously than from our aquarium side. Lots of different food items over there, but our shorebirds do eat similar things to what we are feeding here. And as I mentioned to you guys before, everything that we do feed out is restaurant quality. So all this squid and shrimp and capelin and herring, we do get it from suppliers, and it is restaurant quality, and it is also very importantly sustainably sourced. Now, I'm sure that you guys have heard this terminology being used before, and you're probably wondering, what exactly does sustainable sourcing or sustainable seafood mean? If you're looking for more information on that in particular, there is a really great app. It's put out by the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and it's called the Seafood Watch app. So it's something that you guys, I know you have a lot of time on your hands because you are doing a great job of social distancing and staying safe. So if you're looking for something kind of cool, a great way to help out the environment and lots of animals living out in the ocean, so check out that app. When you guys are going grocery shopping, it's a really great way to make a difference. Basically in that app, you're able to type in a certain specific type of seafood, and the app will tell you if it's a smart choice, a good alternative, or if you should really avoid it due to the fact that it's not healthy for you or it isn't good for the environment. And if you guys are obviously tuning in to us, you know that we are a nonprofit organization, and a big part of what we do is wildlife education. So we are definitely all really passionate about saving the planet, and I hope that you guys will do a little bit more research and check that out as well. Now, as we're kind of going through and depenning and deshelling this stuff, I will tell you that this is one of the more tedious jobs that we have to do here at the Living Coast. Obviously, it is a little bit smelly as well. We are dealing with fish, but it is a really, really important part of what we do. And I would like to just do a little shout out to some of our volunteers, our interns. Taryn here actually started working at the Living Coast as a volunteer or as an intern?
As a volunteer after college, so 2014.
So in 2014, Taryn started working here after college and started off volunteering and interning here. And we were giving a little shout out to our volunteers and interns because a really important part of what they do while they're here with us is preparing the food. It's a really important part of being a zookeeper or an animal care specialist, is making sure that all of the food that we're feeding out to the animals is prepared properly. So a little shout out to them. They really help us out. We're definitely looking forward to when they're going to be back on site. We get to see them again for sure. Oh, that was a good, there we go.
Nice.
That's what it's supposed to look like for all of you watching at home. Depenning squid, there it is. Perfect.
Tangerine. Is that your name? That's a great name.
Hi, Tangerine.
They asked, will we get to see you feed any animals? We miss visiting you.
Tangerine, we miss you guys too, believe us. We are, spoiler alert, we are going to be feeding one of probably my favorite animals here at the Living Coast on our aquarium side at the end of this video. So we are going to be preparing food for a little while longer, and then we are going to be feeding out some of our animals at the end. So that's a great question. We hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for supporting us.
Another question is from Christina. She asked, what is the name of that app again?
Oh, great. Christina, thanks so much for asking. So anybody who's just tuned in, Christina's asking about our a sustainable seafood app. And I believe it's called Seafood Watch app, right? Seafood Watch app. So it's an app that you can download on your phone. They actually put out these little cards as well that you can carry around in your wallet too. If you're, don't have your phone with you. You can download that app. Like I said, it's Seafood Watch app, and it's a really great way for you guys to be able to do your part at home. Right now, if you're not able to get out here to the center and hang out with us and the animals, but you are still going grocery shopping, and you might still be choosing to eat, things like squids or shrimps. And if that is something that you're choosing to do, that app is going to be super helpful in guiding you kind of and what options are better for the environment and better for your health too. So thanks for asking that. Oh, we got a herring too, guys. Oh, this is a herring. And this is definitely one of our favorite types of our sharks. Our sharks really, really love herring. They really love herring because it's very oily, it's kind of fatty. So, although, most of the animals here, they really kind of like all of the food items that we offer them. Obviously, some animals do have their favorites. To a lot of the smaller species of animals, we'll feed them actually just the tentacles from the squid, because obviously their mouths are not big enough to be able to handle an entire squid. So we'll be chopping it up into tiny little pieces for them or feeding those tentacles. Or we might feed them things like the eggs from the capelin. So if we get some of our capelin fish in that have some eggs, we might feed those out to the little guys. And just like you guys are, getting a balanced diet at home, it's really important that we offer our animals variety. One of the other things, in addition to doing food prep or food preparation, that's really important is enrichment. And so even though we're closed at the center now, it is a really important part of what we do to still make sure that our animals are being mentally and physically stimulated. So we're making sure that we're doing everything possible for them to be able to thrive until you guys are able to come back out here and hang out with us again. So we hope that is very soon. But I am glad that you guys are tuning in at home and making sure that you're all staying safe during this time. For those joining us, we are here in our aquarium food preparation kitchen. My name is Kelsey. I'm the lead animal care specialist here at the Living Coast Discovery Center, and I'm joined with Taryn, who is one of our animal care keepers here at the Living Coast Discovery Center, and we are preparing some of our food for our animals today. And in just a few moments, we are actually going to be feeding some of our animals. So I'm really glad that you guys have tuned in. You're checking us out, that you guys are staying safe at home, enjoying this lovely Saturday. We do have a variety of food items that we are feeding out today. So we've got some squid, we've got some herring, we've got, let's see what's in here, some capelin, and some shrimp. So a lot of variety for our animals. And what Taryn's doing right now is she's preparing food for our Bay community animals. So every exhibit that we have here at the Living Coast, one really cool thing about the Living Coast is pretty much every animal that we have here, with the exception of a few, is considered native. So if you guys are thinking about picking up a really cool hobby when all of this is said and done, snorkeling or scuba diving might be a good option for you if you enjoy kind of taking a look at our animals here at the Living Coast. So we do have a really wide collection and diverse collection of native species of fish. And like I said, Taryn is preparing food for our bay community animals. And basically what that exhibit is all of the animals that you guys, if you decided to go out snorkeling or scuba diving in a bay area, you would find those animals there. So it can be a collection of things like different species of bass, maybe some opal eyes, some sargos, and even things like the beautiful Garibaldi, which, in case you guys don't already know, is actually the state marine fish of California. So it's one of those really, really beautiful fish that we have here in our kelp forests. They are bright orange, so you really can't miss them. And they are very, very territorial. So if you're ever lucky enough to run into one while you're scuba diving or snorkeling, they're definitely going to let you know that they are present. So it's definitely something to watch out for sure.
Well, I have a question that most people might not know.
Taryn, hit us.
How do we feed our animals?
Woo! It's a great question, Taryn. How do we feed our animals? Now, I'm pretty sure that most of you at home are thinking, well, they're preparing food, they're just gonna walk by exhibits and feed them, right? Like you would your dog and cat at home. Now, something to consider that we mentioned a little bit earlier on is about enrichment, making sure our animals are both mentally and physically stimulated. So we do have, like I said, a wide variety and a diverse variety of animals here. And we might even have some sort of larger animals in exhibits with smaller animals. So one of the ways that we're going to feed them is we're going to be chopping, I'm going to take this for a second. We're going to be chopping our food into a variety of pieces. So Taryn is preparing our diet for our rays in our shark and ray pool. And you can see it's kind of a variety of sizes. There's some big ones, there's some really small ones. There's some squid tentacles I talked about before, everybody's favorite thing. And the reason why we do that is because we want to make sure that every animal in our exhibits is having an opportunity to access food. So that is one way that we'll feed our animals, and we'll do that through what we like to call a scatter feed or a broadcast feed. So basically we'll take the food and we'll kind of throw it out throughout the exhibit. And if you guys have ever visited us here at the center, it's something that you see very often during our Shark and Ray presentation. Another really fun way that we feed our animals, though, with the rays in particular, and it is a very interactive experience, I like to call it splash zone, is that we actually have kind of conditioned them to coming over to the wall so that when you guys come back to visit us, you guys actually have an opportunity to interact with them, which is really cool. So we actually wear this green glove when we're feeding them in the water, and we basically close our fist and put the food in, and the rays will swim over and eat it. And so that is another way of feeding our animals that we might describe as a target feeding. So we do that with a wide variety of our larger animals or animals that we've either trained or conditioned to come over to either a target or a long feeding pole. So if we have things like our sharks or our eel in our bay community, for example, or our lobsters, we're going to be feeding them in a method that's called pole feeding or target feeding. And that's just to make sure that they're not accidentally being outcompeted, or they're not outcompeting anybody in their exhibit, being that especially lobsters, they can be quite tenacious. So we want to make sure that everybody is eating the correct amount of food. That was a great question. This is something we get asked quite frequently. All right, we've got another question from Tangerine. Hi, Tangerine again. From my kids, what are your favorite creatures at the Living Coast? Ooh, that is such a good one, Tangerine. Taryn, you want to go first?
Ooh. I'm a little biased because I do work with them a lot, so I'm going to say our cephalopods. So our giant Pacific octopus, our two-spot octopus, and our red octopus as well.
Yeah, it's pretty hard not to fall in love with octopus. They are super charismatic animals. Now, if we're talking about just the aquarium side of the Living Coast, it's just going to be hands down the sharks. Any species of shark. We do have a variety of shark species here. We've got leopard sharks, we've got horn sharks, we've got smooth hound sharks, gray smooth hound sharks. I feel like I'm forgetting some. No, maybe that's it. So those are all natives. Oh, swell sharks. How can I forget about those guys? Those are all a variety of native species of sharks that we have. So yeah, sharks are definitely my favorite, one of my favorite animals here at the Living Coast. And then we have another question. Well, Christina's saying that her other half is listening in and now wants to eat seafood for lunch. Well, Christina, I'm really happy that you're going to be downloading that Seafood Watch app. So that's going to make eating seafood really easy for you. Trisha is asking, have you gotten used to the fishy smell?
Yeah, like I don't smell anything honestly right now. I've been doing this for several years and I don't smell anything.
Yeah.
If it's really bad, well, it ended up food shitted. But right now I don't smell anything.
No, honestly, you just get used to it. It just kind of becomes one of those things that, yeah, you just get used to it. It really isn't that bad. But yeah, and like Taryn said, all of our fish is fresh. Mostly, I mean, we do freeze and then thaw it, just like you would at home with, you know, some type of fish or meat or something like that. So it is all considered fresh, and it doesn't really smell. I mean, we are used to it now, so we're a bit biased, but that's definitely it. But I think we are going to get ready, since I've now depenned all of these squid finally. There's one in here, and Taryn's almost. We're moving on to preparing our shark diets, which are our target feeds, and our shark diets are the last of our diets that we have to prepare. So since you guys have tuned in with us, we're so happy that you guys are staying safe at home, and hopefully practicing good social distancing. Like I said, we are here in our aquarium food preparation kitchen with Taryn, one of our animal care keepers, and my name is Kelsey, and I am the lead animal care specialist. So like I said, since you guys have been tuning in with us, and someone asked very early on if we were going to get to see some of our animals eating, we are going to do that now. So I'm going to take this, hopefully, camera off of here. There we go. And we are going to make our way over here. We're going to have a look at what we're preparing for our sharks. Obviously, lots of bigger pieces of fish for our sharks. We do have pretty large, decent-sized leopard sharks, so we do have to feed them, obviously, quite big pieces of fish. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to our fridge. We're going to have a sneaky peek inside of our fridge. Ooh, very nice. And I believe Taryn has put our little food items for our animals that we're going to feed right now. She's going to pull those out. And maybe you guys, if you're still watching us at home, you can have a guess of what animal you think might eat something like this. So we've got some little pieces of squid. We've got, looks like some capelin, some squid tentacles, things like that. So I don't know if you guys want to have a guess at what maybe we are going to be feeding. I'm going to take this from Taryn. That would be great. All right, guys. So this is our aquarium preparation room touch pool. And it is something, if you guys ever want to come behind the scenes with us here at the Living Coast, that you guys will get the opportunity to interact with. But we do have our little baby horn shark here. Oh, thank you, Taryn. And we are going to go ahead and offer him a little bit of food and see if he's interested. Now, sharks do have a really good sense of smell. They can smell about 1 drop of blood, drops of seawater. That is the equivalent of smelling 1 drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. So he's definitely going to start to get, whoop, then there it went, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So I hope you guys got a chance to see that. We're going to offer him definitely a few more pieces. So, but this is, yeah, one of our little juvenile horn sharks. And they are very, very cool and unique animals. I'm sure you guys can probably get the opportunity to see how they get their name. They've got a tiny little horn or a little spine right there where my tongs are pointing. And that is how we identify them as a horn shark. Now sharks are pretty cool animals in the sense that he's obviously using his mouth and his teeth to eat these tiny pieces of fish. But one really cool fact about sharks is they actually have an indefinite amount of teeth throughout their lives. So if they lose a tooth for any particular reason, they're able to actually just keep growing those teeth forever and ever. So it's not something that they need to be concerned with. Now you guys at home might be wondering, what does a shark feel like? And these guys have a pretty unique way of feeling. They actually have, their skin is referred to as dermal denticles. And if you're wondering kind of what that means or what that feels like, basically these guys are the original sandpaper. So they feel exactly like sandpaper. Looks like we've got a friend coming over here. He used his excellent sense of smell to figure out that there was food hanging out. Now guys, we are going to be wrapping up here as we've got a whole bunch of other animals we got to feed today. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. We really do hope that you guys are staying safe, making sure you're social distancing, and we hope to really, we genuinely hope to see you guys again very soon here at the center. So from myself, Kelsey, from our really cute juvenile horn sharks, and obviously from Taryn, we thank you guys so very much. Like I said, please tune in with us every day, sometime between 11 and 12, and we will be doing these live Facebook videos. So yeah, see you later guys. Hope to see you soon.